Jared, I have one question just I'm curious about it. You
Yeah.
are fluent in English and you're learning other languages. That's it?
Yeah. French is and maybe an Italian in the future.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
I said I'll be French and Italian
Ah,
are the languages I'm actively learning. All right, well, welcome everybody to this talk and talk immersion. We're going This is about the science of sleep, and we're gonna start with this first question here. Um, how do you feel when you have a really good night's sleep versus a poor one? And which difference, mood, focus, energy matters most to you? I'll start by saying that uh, I feel like with when I have, you know, 9 hours of sleep, I feel pretty focused and have lots of energy. But when I get to like the 7 hours of sleep, I feel more groggy. I feel less focused. I just my eyes like start to burn a little bit. It just feels like I'm not myself. Um, I I would have to have some caffeine or drink a lot of water just to get myself up and going. But fortunately for me, what I do to get my energy back up is to take my dog out uh, on a walk, and it gets me woken up very quick. Um, and yes, that's a I mean difference. I mean, I just when just tired, like if I'm like working on a class or something from my school, university, I can't. It's hard to study and focus on what that class is offering. What about you, Tatiani?
I feel relaxed when I have a good night of sleep, and I feel more focused too. When I have a bad night of sleep, I I can concentrate in what I'm doing, and sometimes I have headache. I think that's how it's called. And when I have a good night of sleep, I think that it's more easy to get up and do the things that I have to do. And that's it. When I have a bad night of sleep, it's really um, difficult to wake up. So I stay in bed and get late to work because I don't want to wake up.
Yeah, I understand. Uh, what about you, Amanda?
When I sleep badly, my mood gets terrible. I have difficult focusing throughout the day, and my days takes a long time to pass.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It just feels slower when I'm very tired. I'm looking forward to like a time I can maybe take a nap or just go back to bed. Um, what about you, Esther?
So I think when I sleep well, I wake up with more energy and better mood. And the most important difference for me, my mood, because I have when I have a bad night, I I bad mood in the morning.
Thank you, Esther. Yeah, it's exactly how I feel too. The next question is the rule of thumb is 7 to 8 hours per night. Do you think everyone really needs that much? Why or why not? Uh, I think it varies between people. For me, I think it's even more than eight. I think it's nine for me. I Other people have been able to function perfectly well at seven. Uh, I think, for example, my father he can go at 7 hours and he just nothing will face him. He's still he'll still actively get up and do everything he needs to do. Um, I think it just depends on the person, how much sleep each person gets. Everyone's body is different. What do you think of Tatiana?
I had learned sometime that there's a research about sleep time, and I know that women have to sleep more than men because of the hormones and the cycle. So I don't know what the time is, but I know that that's a research about it. And for me, I need more sleep. I think that 7 hours is um, bad for me. I think that I need more. But I think that older people, like my parents, they can go like 4 hours of sleep and they're really great and get up and do the things that they have to do. So it's really curious. But I personally I love to sleep. Um, there's a day that I sleep like I don't know um 17 hours because I love to sleep. And but I think that it's bad to sleep too much because when I sleep too much, I get up tired the same way because I don't know the body. I think that's tired to staying in the bed. So, but I think that is to person it's different. The hours that they need to function well in the next day.
I agree. Especially on the point about too much sleep. There's a certain point where if I were to sleep too long, I just don't feel any better. So I feel much better with just, around 8.5 to 9. That's my sweet spot. And if I just go to sleep for like 12 hours, it's just almost as if I got like 4 hours of sleep. I feel weaker. Um, what about you, Amanda? What do you think?
I don't think everyone needs at least 8 hours of sleep. For me, it's essential, but it depends on each person, age and body.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I think when as people get older, uh have less hours of sleep per night. Not I don't know if it's not really intentional, but like the body just changes so that they can't really sleep more than a few hours. What do you think, Esther?
Um, I think it depends to on the person and the age. Some people feel good with 6 hours, others need not 90 hours. Everyone is different. Example, its baby needs more hours sleep, different, and how can I say idoso, older, okay, more older, it's not necessary more hours in sleep.
Yeah, that's I agree. Like I think yeah, like kids and babies they sleep they can sleep all day and that's how much they need. And the third question is think back to your best night's sleep ever. What habits or conditions, room temperature, pre-bed routine, etc., made it so memorable? As for me, the best night of sleep is when I know I'm on vacation. Actually, the best night of sleep was when I was on this cruise ship, and it, with cruise ships, only like you're just on vacation, but the ship sometimes rocks a little bit. So it's like it kind of keeps you in this like slight motion, like as if rocking a baby. And so that there's like the stress of no working, having vacation, eating good, delicious food early in the day, and then like being light on any meals at night. And then just making sure I have a good like I have my phone turned off on cruise ships because I'm on a cruise ship. I'm not going to be talking to anyone. I don't really have signal out in the ocean, so I have my phone turned off, so I'm not looking at the screen. So that's definitely a plus. Um, this the full wind down routine is much easier. I do have to admit that those internal cabins of the ones that without the windows and balcony, they get pretty dark. That there's no external light coming in, so it adds to uh, the wind down because I'm not overwhelmed by any light, so I just go to sleep so easily. That's the best night of sleep I've ever had. Yep. What do you think about that, Yanni?
I don't have a day that I think that was the best day ever in sleep, but I like when I can get off my phone and like read something, a book or I don't know, anything, and maybe do a exercise just to when you're feeling pain or something, and you do an exercise to feel better and sleep better. That helps me. I like to drink tea too, um, and before going to bed, and I like to um I don't know how to say it, to go to bed soon. Don't go to bed too um too late, and I like to sleep and when it's not too late. And that's it. I think that I like to drink tea, read something, and do exercise and just relax in that moment. And me too. I don't have this thing just like the light is on. I can't sleep. I sleep in every place in every situation. That's not a problem to me. But I have these things that I like to do to sleep better. And when I do these things, and I like to do my skincare routine too, when I do these things, when I get up in the next day, I feel better, even when I have a little time of sleep. But when I do these things, I feel better.
Thank you, Thanyani. How about you, Amanda?
I sleep in everyone's situation too, but for me, having the best night's sleeping is sleeping in a room with a pleasant temperature, without lights on, and without any worries on my mind.
Thank you, Amanda. What about you, Esther?
I think it's cold night, warm shower. I don't use my phone. The room was quiet and dark. I think it's made it bad a good sleep for me.
Yeah, I agree, Esther. I think that the best sleep is like not having that phone around, like having the screen off. I think the screen really affects people's sleep. Yeah. The next question is, some people swear by winding down rituals. reading, meditation, stretching. Which nightly routine do you find most effective and why? For me, the most effective thing for winding down is to try not to eat anything heavy. Um, I try to, take care of my alarms, everything, like an hour before, and that way the last hour I don't have that screen light on. I I do stretches myself to make sure like just to make sure I don't sleep in a comfortable way. I don't want my body to be too stiff, and that's I mean, I try to make sure that I dim the lights, make sure the light is very dim because if you have like LED lights or just bright lights can affect the my sleep as well. What do you think, Tatiana?
Yes, I like to get off my phone too. I always put my phone in the night shift, so when it's like 10 p.m., the screen goes a tone of yellow, so um, that creates a space of less impact in the eyes. But I think that is important to get off the phone, like I don't know, 1 hour before you go to sleep. To try not to drink too much water or something, and stop eating like 2 hours before going to bed. And just like I said, I like to do a stretch too. I like to read, and I think that's what works best for the person. But I think that's a lot of like techniques. I think that reading is a great one because you get sleepy when you start to read and it's late. So I think that it's good for the sleep routine.
Yeah, I think reading should be something I add to my nighttime wind down. What do you think, Amanda?
I enjoy wind down rituals like reading, meditating, and even stretching. Whenever I can, I set aside time to practice one of these rituals, mainly reading.
Thank you, Amanda. Um, Esther, would you like to answer the question?
I think it's a warm shower. Warm shower helps me relax when I drink tea or listen to soft music, and I think it's sleep more faster.
Thank you, Esther. Um, as the next question is, are you a fan of daytime naps or do they leave you groggy? Share a personal success or flop. Uh, for me, there were sometimes daytime naps at first feel pretty good, and when on days I'm tired, but I noticed that when I take a nap, it really affects my sleep later at night. I have a hard time going to sleep in the evening. And so I try to, instead of taking naps, just make sure I just find a way to add more time to my night's sleep. That way I don't feel as tired. I think it's majority of the time it's a flop. What do you think, Fatyani?
When I have naps, I try to not sleep too much. And right now, I have a really crazy routine because I study at night and I work uh, early in the morning. So sometimes I have like, I don't know, 4 hours of sleep and I can function well with this. So um, it's a little funny because I go to the bathroom to sleep like 15 minutes, and then I get better when I am at work. So I just go off for like 10 minutes or like 5 minutes, and it really helps me because I don't know, it's just work. I sleep in like 10 minutes. I take a break from work, then I go to the bathroom. I sleep 10 minutes, drink coffee, and I'm perfect for the day. Even when I get so so little of sleep, just like 3 hours or 4 hours. But I do this, and I'm really ashamed about it because you go to the bathroom to sleep, but it works, and I'm happy with it.
Thank you, Tayani. Amanda, what do you have think about the question?
Daytime naps are definitely relaxing for me, better than any dose of coffee. For me, they're relaxing.
Well, coffee and caffeine, that will do it. That'll help. Mhm. What do you think, Esther?
Sometimes naps help me. But if I sleep too much, I wake up so tired. I prefer short naps.
I'm not sure which nap would be preferable. Like, there's some people who try to take naps in 30 minutes, some take like an hour. And I feel like any type of nap would really mess up my sleep schedule. So anyway, the next question is, with so many sleep tracking apps and wearables out there, do you think they help you sleep better or just make you worry more? I, if I'm using a wearable device during my sleep, um, chances are it's like I don't like having things on my wrist, and it just feels uncomfortable. Like even if I have a very what they considered a comfortable wristband for the wearable device, it's just kind of like distracting to sleep with it, or any other device that may be strapped on me to help monitor my sleep. I so I just prefer just making sure I get good wind down routine and make sure I get a good number of hours of sleep. Try to avoid distractions before bed. That's all. I don't want to like have any extra monitoring. Now, one time I tried it. It did show some important information about when I was deep sleep and when I was just when I was normal, or if I woke up in the middle of the night and didn't realize it. Um, there's some pros to it, but in my personal opinion, I don't think a wearable device is effective for me. What do you think, Fagyani?
Um, I'm really a tech person, so I would like to have one, and I'm thinking about buying a wearable device to know more about my sleep. But I think that's something that you said about the comfortable of the wearable. I haven't think about it, but I like the idea of um, the sleep time. I think that it's important to understand some patterns that you might have, and but I would like to try a wearable device.
Thank you, Fagyani. What do you think about the question, Amanda?
I've never thought about it, but perhaps so many apps actually harm our sleep because we're so concerned about the quality of our sleep. So it can actually harm rather than help.
Mm. Thank you, Amanda. What do you think about the question, Esther?
I think they can help us, but I don't use them. I I don't use. I don't use.
All right, thank you, Esther. The next question is, when life throws off your schedule, like jet lag, late night shift, new baby, what is your go-to tactic and why do you trust it? Uh, there was times where I was traveling for work and and it was a long like travel on the plane. Uh, I had my jet lag was I was completely shifted from daytime to nighttime, and it took me like 2 weeks to recover from it. But what I tried to do is um, I just I uh, just try to go. I know this probably not be the right way to do this, but I try to just stay up until I'm tired enough at the right time, and then I go to sleep. So like even if it's nighttime and I'm still awake, I'll just stay awake, and when it's daytime, I still won't go to sleep until it. I mean, I just make sure I'm absolutely dog tired, and then I go to sleep at the appropriate time. Because uh, for my work, they gave me like some time to adjust before I actually continue doing my work, so I had to make sure I just I just set that routine right away. Um, that way I don't it doesn't take as long. I've gotten better over time. Instead of taking 2 weeks, I've shortened it to like a week to recover. That's all I can do. What do you think about Yanni?
I haven't had a experience of just like jet lag or something like this. But when I don't know, when I work too much and arrive home too late, I try to sleep a little, and then I try to adjust, just like you, by sleeping in the right time. So I try to stay up and to sleep in the time that I feel right, just like I don't know, 10 p.m. and to sleep early, just like 9 or 10 p.m. I think that works for me when I night a really good time to sleep.
Thank you, Yanni. Amanda, what do you think about the question?
Fatigue is the best tactic for me. I sleep heavily and like a rock, so the best ritual is to fall into bed and sleep.
Thank you, Amanda. Esther, what do you think about the question?
I try to rest when I can. I drink a lot of water. I also avoid the caffeine at night.
Thank you, Esther. The next question is, employers today sometimes offer nap pods or flexible start times. Do you think workplaces should take sleep health that seriously? Um, I absolutely think that the employers and workplaces should take it seriously because the better sleep means the better work that you can provide. And like, so I think in some ways if people really need a nap, they should, break off their work from, they have like 4 hours early in the day, they can go home for a long break, maybe take a nap, then go back to work later, or just have it where, because some people do better in the morning and some people do better in the evening. So just shifting that schedule to accommodate for how someone sleeps, because and and how their body reacts to a schedule, I think is very important. There was many years where I was forced to wake up in the morning and very early in the morning, but no matter how long that I did that, I never got used to it. I was always more of an evening person, and yeah, I think it's hard to adjust. You can't really. I think some people can't really force to sleep or wake up at certain times. What do you think, Tayani?
I think that's an important thing to the company to think about it. I know that like big startups, they have like a room for the employee to be comfortable and rest and sleep a little. And I think that it has to be trust in this process too, because you can just be there work shift. But I think that's important, just like you said, there's people that work better in the morning or in the evening or maybe in the night too. So I think that is like to me like work from home. I think that the company have to think about what works best for that employee so they can work better.
Thank you, Tayani. Uh, what do you think about the question, Amanda?
I think important because it improves the productive of any employee.
I agree, Amanda. Thank you. Esther, what do you think about the question?
I agree with Amanda. I think sleep is very important for good work. And people are more productive when they rest well. And uh, I wanna see example. Truck drivers in the I I don't remember Estrada. It's a lot of accents for sleep. They are they don't have a good sleep, so um and they are many ai caramba, accents, acidentes na estrada, eu queria falar.
Thank you, Esther.
Esther, did you said about like drivers in the road, estrada? That's what you like to say?
Yes, yes. Mas caminhoneiros que eu queria falar, né? Truck.
Truck drivers, I think that's it.
Ok.
I think I don't know.
I understand. Thank you. This next question is dreams, meaningful insight or random brain chatter. Which side are you on and what is your experience? In my experience, it's dreams are like memories, but just like warped. They're like just memories you have, they're mixed. Maybe it's something, maybe not just that, but just your imagination going wild. I had some very nice peaceful dreams, and there's dreams that were chaotic and they felt real. Um, I think it's just imagination of a person. There's no, I don't think there's not much insight that can be gathered from it. Um, but maybe someone else may find it differently. What do you think, Tayani?
I think that dreams can be really insightful, but my dreams personally, they are like just random and like a couple of things that happen to me in the day or the week, and they are all put together in something strange, but something that feels real. So, but it's confusing. But there's nothing really insightful. It's just random things that happen to me.
Thank you, Sayani. What do you think, Amanda?
When I dream, it's just a random shadow. It's hardly anything meaningful or important.
Thank you, Amanda. What do you think, Esther?
I think it's sometimes dreams show how I feel. I think they have meaning, even if it's small. And okay.
Thank you, Esther. The next question is emerging sleep tech. Which innovation excites you or worries you most in life? As for sleep technology, they there are these um they come up with a lot of different things. I mean, I appreciate just having a really good pillows and good mattress, but there's some stuff that are like sleep pods uh that changes the air quality inside the pod and gives ideal conditions for sleep. And there's many different things like that, or it's just or technology like um, like earlier we were talking about wearable devices that track sleep and sleep patterns and what should be improved. I'm a very simple person, but I think that sleep tech could be helpful for people who may have a sleeping disorder and they struggle to sleep properly. What do you think of that, Jan?
I agree with you. I think that sleep tech is something that it's important to some people. I don't know too much about innovation in this area of sleep tech, but I like to read about researches about what happened when you sleep, how your body uh, acts when you sleep, and your brain. I think that's important for us to understand those questions about our body and our health.
Thank you, Yanni. Amanda, what do you think about the question?
I am a simple person too. I don't know about emergence sleep technology, but I would like to learn more and use it someday.
Thank you, Amanda. What do you think about the question, Esther?
I don't know answer that question, but I think um, what sure I think it's but too much technology before bed can also make it worse. So I don't know what technology uh, excites them, but that's it.
Thank you, Esther. That's all the questions. What does everyone think about this talk and talk immersion? What do you think, Tayani?
I really liked I liked the topic. It I think that's important to think about our sleep routine and sleep conditions. I think that it's something that really impacts in our life. So I really like the theme of the immersion.
Thank you, Tayani. What do you think, Amanda?
I like topic too, and I think it's important. And I would like to learn more after that.
Thank you, Amanda. And what about you, Esther?
I like the conversation, the immersion, and a lot of new words I don't know, but I I write it here, so I I like it. It's thank you.
Well, thank you, Esther, and thank you everyone for coming to this talk and talk. I hope to see you all next week. Um, take care.
Thanks.
Bye bye. Good night.
Good night.
Good